What's good? It's Chigozy. It's Wednesday, September 26th, 2018. And just real quick, this is going to be a really good information session for anyone who was like, hey, I want to see another prediction so I can show one of my friends, show a family member. I hope this is another one that suffices of the many I've done, using the same simple technique, which is just looking at the date numerology and picking out the patterns that they use over and over again. So you can see here on the 25th of September, I mentioned to look up for NASA, Tesla, SpaceX propaganda. And what we're going to look at is related to space, and I'll show you why. Wednesday, the 26th, for Tesla, NASA, SpaceX propaganda. Because that's a date with 96 days remaining, Freemason 96, Mason 28, Catholic 55, the Catholic Church community. There's definitely Catholic Church propaganda. Jesuit order are going to put on a pre-party, a pre-game for their birthday the next day, only because God 26, Catholic 46, Catholic 35, 55. So pretty much, I go through the date numerology, explain what to expect today. So keep in mind everything else I said and look out for it. And I'll make videos when those things come out. But space propaganda. Space equals 28. That's why NASA and Mason equal 28. I mean, it's all the same pattern. Space, 28. NASA, 28. From the Masons, Mason, 28. All in the same reverse reduction. So when you reverse the alphabetical order, in this cipher, A is the 26 value, and it starts with Z, which is 1. So you want to get every letter to a single digit, so A becomes 8, because 2 plus 6, 8 the 26th letter reversing. A is 26, 2 plus 6 is 8. You can see it here. Mason, 62, 6 plus 2 is 8. You can see how it's working. So using that pattern, I said that. So look at the propaganda. Fresh for today. Look, auto refresh, because this is a propaganda software application. And we can look at more of their propaganda. Images show Super Typhoon as it heads for Japan. Clearly just some more artwork from NASA. So what are they saying? Super Typhoon Trami. Images show storm from space as it heads for Japan. So images from space published today, 9/26. See? I said look up for space propaganda. We get this. And we're going to see more about this. The picture is credited to Gerst. Gerst is a European astronaut, Alexander Gerst. So I looked him up. Look when he was born. The 3rd of May, 3/5. Today is a date with 35 numerology, 9 plus 26, NASA 35. This NASA actor, I don't give a fuck if they don't say he's from NASA, he's in the European Space Agency, because unfortunately, some people will say this is, my prediction doesn't count because this guy is not NASA, he's not SpaceX, he's not Elon Musk. Like, they don't understand that I saw the pattern for space. That's the whole point. It's the pattern for space, which is why NASA and SpaceX and Tesla all have that. Elon Musk all have that. Elon who? Musk. 4426, like space. Exactly, that's what I mean. S to 19th letter, 1 plus 9 is 10, so reducing ones, adding them all, 26. So anyway, we know if Alexander Gerst, he's 42 years old when this is happening, Freemason 42, born 3/5, 5/3, and 76. From his birthday to today is 20 weeks and 6 days. Space, 26. Counting the end date, it is 147 days. Outer space, where they got these photos from, according to this propaganda, which obviously it's all a bunch of BS fake news, outer space equals 147. Also, like outer space also equals 42. He's 42 when this is happening. Freemason sums to these. So does conspiracy, because outer space is a Freemason conspiracy by the numbers. Alexander Gerst, his name sums to 153. That's the 17th triangular number. So the sum of numbers 1 through 17 gives you 153. And again, space equals 17. Just using the full reduction. S is the 19th letter. 1 plus 9 is 10 for 26 when you add them all. But then you can reduce it twice. 1 plus 0 is 1. 17. Understand how his name also sums to 225 reversed in alphabetical order. Very interesting number as well to his gang. If I can get this in correctly, the New World Order equals 225 and 81. Alexander Gerst is a theatrical actor for the New World Order. So, further information inside this propaganda we'll look at. What is next? So here I got a rough translation, because if you think about it, this is a Japanese Typhoon, is a Japanese propaganda event from the Japanese government. All this propaganda is. And if you're new here, understand the United States federal government, the Russian Federation, Germany, Japan, it doesn't matter. All of these nations are Masonic nations. They're all your federal government. They're putting on this propaganda. Scottish Rite of Freemasonry, the New World Order. And see how they updated this at 225? Alexander Gerst, 225. The New World Order, 225. But anyway, they're calling it Trami, but in Japanese that would translate to Su Ru Ami. Because, they don't just make this type of sound. This is like an English thing. More Germanic language type of thing. You know what I mean? From European origin. So in Japan, it will be Suruami. And I find it very interesting how that translates to vine. Vine and storm share gematria. Storm, 85, 22, 50, 23. Vine, see? 23, 58, 22, 50. 85, the reflection of 58. Federal government, 85, and the full reduction. Freemasonry, 58. I do not find this to be a coincidence at all, whatsoever. They're just nodding to the fact that it's a storm. They're naming it this to be clever, but it's very easy to figure out. Super Typhoon Trami. I mean, it's obviously a Masonic ritual, a propaganda event. Super Typhoon Trami sums to 91, like space, 26, like space. And that's why we had to have photos from space to start out this propaganda. The actor presenting this to us, John Voss, he is the man inside here, this deceiver, this paid deceiver, paid to deceive you on a daily basis. His name sums to 115, 34, Masonic 115, 43. His name also sums to 43. Independence Day 12874. I just call it out because it's an important date. We celebrate Independence Day in 7/4. Freemason equals 128 and 47, and the ALW with its reduction. So an ALW Kabbalah, one of the Kabbalah ciphers, Freemason sums to 128 in this cipher. And when you apply the rules of numerology, so F is 18 now. This is every 11th letter. So A is 1, L is 2, W is 3, every 11th letter. Freemason, the Master Builders, 11, the Master number. Not the Master Builder number, that's 22. But anyway, F is 18, 1 plus 8 is 9. You just apply numerology in this, sum them all, you get 47. Their compass set at 47 degrees. At the top of it is the pole star, 47. Of course, we get the 3443, just like a John, what's his name? Voss. I wonder what that last name sounds to, and then we'll continue. Freemasonry, 67. Again, V is 22nd letter. 22 is the master builder number, so you don't need to reduce it. So without reducing it, it's 32, like Scottish. He's a Scottish Rite Freemason. Government 52. This is their propaganda. So, later on in the propaganda, Gerst wrote that from space, the storm looks as if somebody pulled the planet's gigantic plug. As if somebody pulled the planet's gigantic plug. This. This is what they're trying to sell to us as what's going on. As if somebody pulled the planet's gigantic plug sums to 208 in the same exact cipher that we have again. And how I saw this, it was a day with 28 numerology paired with those things. In this reverse reduction, that is the number for NASA, the number for space, the number for Mason. So you see that. And then as if somebody pulled the planet's gigantic plug, then is 28 because you drop the 0 in numerology just like that. I mean, I really think this should suffice for people. Again, I'm never bragging on this channel. I'm just trying to hone in that these are real patterns and you can see them and predict the flavors of propaganda that are going to be in the media the next day. And of course, they code the 115th prime number in this right here. 115th prime. Masonic 115, Mason 28, Killing 115, 179 the 41st prime, 41 the 13th prime, 91's the 13th triangular number, space 91. So you know space 13, they're interrelated as well. 449, the 87th prime, architect equals 87. This is architected propaganda. This is an architected weather event. So you understand, they're manipulating this weather, they're creating these typhoons, and then they're creating artwork to scare you. This piece of propaganda that they're saying is from space, this clear-ass photo. I mean, this looks like some CGI, Photoshop magic trick to me. I don't think that's real whatsoever. I don't think anything they give us is real. But that doesn't mean that I think, if you're new here, you're thinking the earth is flat, and no. And that does not mean that whatsoever. It just means that NASA gives us a bunch of bullshit propaganda. That says absolutely nothing about the shape of the earth. I mean, NASA's the one who's coming out telling us the earth is flat anyway, man. It's all Masonic propaganda anyway. A practical joke from the Freemasons that a lot of people have fallen for. They still can't explain how, if you look up in the sky, in the northern hemisphere and the southern hemisphere, you see different stars. If it was flat, that would never happen. So, here, more than 2.45 million people were evacuated. 45 the sun of Saturn Mag Square. 245 just as a number. I'm sure they're trying to code that. 4 plus 5 is 9 for 29, Masonic 29. But I think that should show it. Look, 87 miles per hour. We got the 87th prime. Remember, coded inside as if somebody pulled the planet's gigantic plug. 449 using alphabetical order. That's the 87th prime. Look at all these 8s. I mean, it's all the same time zone, I guess, but they want to code 8 really hard. 8 connecting to time. It will also affect Taiwan and Japan's Ryukyu Islands. Real quick, Japan with the Saturnian numbers. Today is the day with thelemic numerology. That's also part of why I said look out for more Donald Trump propaganda. He's a thelemic actor. Remember this? He was trying to write coverage or whatever. Fifi. That sums to 3528. Another 28 in the reverse reduction. That's a special number we've been talking about this entire video. Those are numbers for thelema. I mean, when I call Donald Trump a thelemic actor, I'm not kidding. You can literally see how they're doing it. Just using the reductions. 3528. So lastly, Japan has a National Foundation Day, February 11th, 660 BC. This is complete bullshit. First off, I'm sure their history, their nation, their culture is much older than this. And no, I mean, February 11th, the 47 prime, 211 to 47 prime, Zionist 112, Circle 112, in light of their Saturnian numbers and their name. But from then, or from the day this typhoon is being spotted in space until their upcoming birthday, 138 days. Federal 138, 138 plus its reflection, 969, 9.69, the average orbital speed of Saturn. Donald Trump 138. Counting the end date then, it's a span of 139 days. Freemasonry 139. That's what's putting out this propaganda. Freemasonry 139. 139 days. And again, it's found at 211. 211 is the 47th prime number. Let's see from their past birthday, Independence Day, to today. This is 228 days, counting the end date. Death 228. And to top it off, this is how we're going to end it. It's 227 days, not counting the end date. So again, they do it from the event all the way up until that day, which is this. But then on that day, then that's counting the end date. So without counting that day, it's 227 days. The 49th prime, ancient accepted. No, excuse me. Oh yeah, I was right. Ancient accepted Scottish rite of Freemasonry equals 227 in that reverse reduction. If you get rid of ancient accepted, you just get Scottish rite of Freemasonry. That sums to 143 in that same cipher. Remember, this propaganda with the minute 43 video with this Scottish rite Freemason right here, John Voss, deceiving you with Zionist Jew crap. So the European Space Agency is really who's putting this on. Guys, NASA, the European Space Agency, SpaceX, Tesla, McDonald's, it's all the same. So, we could be talking about NASA, ESA, it doesn't matter. France, guys, Scottish Rite Freemasonry. Come on, we're talking about France here. France, one of the most, according to what I've been seeing, from what I've learned from Zach, I still can't fathom how France, I mean, it is more Masonic than America, apparently, but it's hard for me to even say that. I mean, look how Masonic this nation is. Look how Masonic Columbus, Ohio alone is. It's hard for me to fathom how there's a place out there that's even more Masonic. But here, France, a very Masonic place. And this is where the European Space Agency was founded. Again, France, 4729, Ohio, 4729, Haiti, 4729, founded by France. And again, it's all Masonic. 74 reflections, 4729. Give you the birthplace of football is Ohio, 2943, Ohio 29, Masonic 2943. But we see the European Space Agency 227. That's just putting this on. The European Space Agency, 227 days again from Japan's National Foundation Day. That's the 47th prime, or excuse me, the 49th prime. Revelation equals 49. Always like the numbers of Revelation inside their propaganda. Also understand how the European Space Agency sums to 101, the 26 prime. In this same method, but reducing each letter once instead of fully, you get 26 when you write out space, as we saw earlier. Space, 26, the 26 prime, right here in their name. Prophecy 106, I mean, I was just saying, they love the numbers for prophecy. Revelation, 49, 49th prime, 106 right here, prophecy 106. So I hope this video was very comprehensive. I feel like it was. I think I went through all of this information pretty nicely. We can just see the date numerology of the National Foundation Day for Japan and see what we can uncover. The 42nd day of the year, of course. I should have saw this before. It's the 42nd day of the year, time 25, pi 16, 25. So Japan, I was telling you this day is complete crap. This is not the official day. The Freemasons are making this today. 42nd day of the year is their National Foundation Day. The National Foundation Day of what? Japan, 42. Who do you think's doing this? Because again, they're not called Japan. It's like, Nippon, Nihon. Huh. Even this spelling of it, 24 reflection of 42. Again, they don't use this type of characters. I mean, this is all crafted from the Freemasons, especially after World War II, making sure this is all happening. 33, I mean, it doesn't even matter how you paint it. You get the numbers for Freemasonry on Japan. All Japan is Freemasonry. 42, the 42nd day of the year. So I hope that takes care of that. There's going to be plenty more propaganda. Look at this. Bill Cosby gets 3 to 10 years in prison. Do you want to know why he gets 3 to 10 years in prison? Look at him. Do you... Like, I hate the black shaming. This is disgusting, but I'm laughing at the freaking play, the Masonic ritual in our face. The black police officers. These are Prince Hall Freemasons putting on a play. I was just saying, the Freemasons love their rituals. You think the Prince Hall Freemasons are excluded from always putting on rituals? No, they're not. This is a ritual from the Prince Hall Freemasons as well, and the Scottish Rite Freemasons. Look at them being shackled up, escorted, in handcuffs, getting 3 to 10 years in prison. The black man, slave, equals 31 in that reverse full reduction. See how powerful this cipher is? Their most important and powerful one is the full reduction forwards, but then that makes it reversing, reducing, almost as relevant. Well, just as relevant, almost as powerful, if you look at it that way. Slave 31. Here, 3 to 10 years. That 31 is the 11th prime, 11 the master number. I kind of want to see any other numbers they painted on this piece. Murder 34, Jewish 34. I want to see the video length. Oh, minute 12 video. That's also 72 seconds. Raise 27 reflection.
There he is. Let's just watch.
So he was sentenced the 25th. I just want to see him say, hey, making this video longer, but we can quickly see from his birthday to the 25th, and then that'll be just more information to have. I mean, I think it's good because this video already shows how I predicted something with the pattern. So I can show you then how you can further do this to now Bill Cosby. This is nothing to do with space. Yeah, I use these terms lightly because, I mean, they're all so interrelated. But, on the surface, this has nothing to do with space or Japan or anything. But look, July 12th. Look, he was born 1-2/7. Are you seeing this shit? He was born 1-2/7. We were just saying, slave, 31, 3 to 10 years. 127 is the 31st prime number. And that's when he was born. So from then until the day of this propaganda, which by now, I hope you see now why all I do is call this Masonic propaganda, because that's all it is. I mean, if you still can't see it, you should just leave the video now, because this ain't going to help you. To the 25th. 76 days. See this shit? Racist propaganda. 76 days. We have this Negro, slave 76. You see this shit? Negro 76. This is a very clear riddle that I just uncovered because I can't stop these videos. I should have just made this about space, but I said, nope, we're going to expose this ritual, expose why it's 3 to 10 years. And look what we found. Born 12/7, the 31st prime, slave, reverse in alphabetical order equals 76, and 31 when you reduce. And then a span of 76 days from his birthday, from his 81st birthday, race 18, 81, ritual 8127. This is a Masonic ritual from the Scottish Rite and Prince Hall Freemasons. That Prince Hall Freemasonry is the black sect of Freemasonry. That's the best way I can put it. Prophecy 106. This is also 10 weeks, 6 days from his birthday. It's exactly 10 weeks, 5 days. Masonry was 105, Zionism 105, which means it's exactly 75 days. New World Order 75, Scottish Rite 57. That means then it's 2 months, 13 days from his birthday. 213, as I've been teaching, is a special number painted on black people all the time, especially in these death events. Death 213 in the satanic cipher, where A is 36, Z is 61, all connecting back to 666. If you read out satanic gematria, it sums to 666. So remember, Tupac Shakur, final album coming out on February 13th, dying 213 days later. And there's another 213 in that chain too, I should have remembered. But anyway, you see that's a common number. Nate Dogg in the 213 click. Now, 2 months, 13 days from Bill Cosby's birthday. And again, a span of 76 days, sentenced to 3 to 10 years. Slave 7631, born 12/7, the 31st prime, and then there's a play with literally him being handcuffed like a slave, parading around the courtroom, the courthouse. So between this and what I showed earlier with the space propaganda, this has to be the video. This has to be the video that makes you say, okay, I get how this is happening now. I can apply this now and see further for myself. And I will stop sitting there and saying that this is bullshit, that this is conspiracy theory, that this is nonsense. Because the only nonsense here is that this is all bullshit propaganda. That's the only bullshit here, is this propaganda, these black shaming, the old black rapist, just ruining his career. This is how you go out. This is how you retire when you're an employee for the federal government. Very destructive, racist, divisive propaganda, making people more afraid of black people, making white people more apprehensive towards black people. That's what this propaganda does as well. So I hope this video really helps you. I know it helped me. I mean, after this video, I can't imagine someone coming to this channel saying anything else. I'll just direct them to this video, and they can't say anything afterwards. And if they do, it's a litmus test for their mental retardation. Peace out.